What's up guys, this is Masi. Welcome to my channel. In this video I want to show you some examples regarding solving quadratic equations using completing the squares. This is part 7 in this series. If you haven't watched the first 6 parts, I highly recommend you to go back and start from part 1. The first example I want to show you in this video is x squared minus 6x equals to negative 91. So the answer will be negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. Negative 3 to the power of 2 is positive 9. So we have x squared minus 6x plus 9 minus 9 equals to negative 91. So we have x minus 3 to the power of 2 minus 9 equals to negative 91. So I have x minus 3 to the power of 2 is negative 91 plus 9 is going to be negative 82. So there is no real solution to this answer because we have square root equals to a negative number, so there is no real solution. Next example, it is x squared equals to 18x plus 40. Answer will be, I can move everything to the right hand and left hand side. It's going to be x squared minus 18x minus 40 equals to 0. Negative 18 divided by 2 is negative 9. Negative 9 squared is 81. So you have x squared minus 18x plus 81 minus 81 minus 40 equals to 0. So we have x minus 9 to the power of 2. And here 121 equals to 0. So x minus 9 to the power of 2 will be 121. We can find the square root of both sides. It's going to be x minus 9 plus minus square root of 121, which is 11. So x will be 9 plus minus 11. So one answer is 20. The other answer is negative 2. Next example is 5x squared equals to 60 minus 20x. First thing I can do, because we have common factor, we can divide everything by 5 or factor 5. So it's going to be, move everything on the other side as well. So it's going to be 5x squared plus 20x will be 4x, and minus 60 over there is going to be minus 12 equals to 0. So 4 divided by 2 is going to be 2. 2 squared is going to be 4. So we have x squared plus 4x plus 4 minus 12 equals to 0. So 0 cancel out. So because if you divide both sides by 5, it's going to cancel out. So we have x plus 2 to the power of 2 minus 16 equals to 0. So x plus 2 squared is going to be 16. So x plus 2 will be positive minus square root of 16, which is 4. So x will be negative 2 plus minus 4, which is x equals to 2 and negative 6. Okay, next example is 6x squared minus 48 equals to negative 12x. Answer will be 6x squared plus 12x minus 48 equals to 0. So factor 6, it's going to be x squared plus 2x minus 8 equals to 0. So when we divide both sides by 6, it's going to be x squared plus 2x minus 8 equals to 0. So we have 2 divided by 2, 1. 1 squared is 1. So we have x squared plus 2x plus 1 minus 1 minus 8 equals to 0. So we have x plus 1 to the power of 2 minus 9 equals to 0. So x plus 1 to the power of 2 is 9. X plus 1 is plus minus square root of 9 plus minus 3. X will be negative 1 plus minus 3, which is going to be positive 2 and negative 4. Next example is 8x squared plus 16x equals to 42. The answer will be 8x squared plus 16x minus 42, and you can divide everything by 2, so 4x squared plus 8x minus 21 equals to 0. So then the first two terms I can factor 4, x squared plus 2x minus 21 equals to 0. Then the b is 2 here. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 squared is going to be 1. So I have x squared plus 2x plus minus 1 minus 21 equals to 0. Then the first three terms in here is the perfect square. So I need to move this one out. So I have 4x plus 1 squared. When you move this out, I need to multiply it by this guy. So it's going to be negative 4, negative 21 equals to 0. So 4x plus 1 squared is going to be 25. So x plus 1 squared is going to be 25 divided by 4, which means x plus 1 is going to be plus minus square root of 25 over 4, which is 5 over 2. So x will be negative 1 plus minus 5 over 2. So, which is negative 1 plus minus 2.5. One answer is negative 3.5. The other answer is plus 1.5. Next example is 9x squared plus 79 equals to negative 18x. The answer is 9x squared plus 18x plus 79 equals to 0. So I factor 9 here, x squared plus 2x plus 79 equals to 0. So here b divided by 2 divided by 2 is 1, 1 squared is 1, so I have 9x squared plus 2x plus 1 minus 1 plus 79 equals to 0. I have 9x plus 1 squared, negative 1 times 9 is negative 9, plus 79 equals to 0. So 9x plus 1 squared is going to be plus 70 equals to 0. So we have x plus 1 squared equals to negative 70 divided by 9. And since square root of an expression equals to a negative number, there is no real solution to this answer. Next example is gonna be 2x squared equals to negative 6 plus 8x. So I move everything to the left hand side. So 2x squared minus 8x plus 6 equals to 0. I divide everything by 2. It's going to be x squared minus 4x plus 3 equals to 0. So now negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. Negative 2 squared is going to be positive 4. So I have x squared minus 4x plus 4 minus 4 plus 3 equals to 0. So that will be x minus 2 squared. Negative 4 plus 3 is going to be negative 1 equals to 0. So x minus 2 to the power of 2 is positive 1. So x minus 2 is going to be plus minus 1. So x will be 2 plus minus 1. So we have 3 and 1. Next example is (2x squared minus 5x plus 67 equals to 0. So the answer will be, I factor 2 here, x squared minus 5 over 2x plus 67 equals to 0. So we have negative 5 over 2 divided by 2 is negative 5 over 4. Negative 5 over 4 to the power of 2 is 25 over 16. We have 2x squared minus 5 over 2x plus 25 over 16 minus 25 over 16 plus 67 equals to 0. So 2 minus 5 over 4 to the power of 2. Then you take this one out, multiply it by 2, it's going to be negative 50 over 16 plus 67 equals to 0. So we have 2x x minus 5 over 4 squared. And here I have negative 67 plus 50 over 16. And if you divide it by 2, it's going to be x minus 5 over 4 equals to negative 67 over 2. And here you have 50 divided by 32. And since this one is going to be negative, there is no real answer to this solution. So we have no real solution. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found it useful, please like this video. You can also subscribe to this channel to have access to all these different videos and variety of playlists regarding math and science. If you have any question, please leave me a comment and I get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching and have a great day.